confused about whether or not it supports homosexuality.
Confused or not?
Yes.
We're never confused about anything.
What is the position of the church?
We know, eh? What is?
What is the position of the church on that?
On homosexuality? Clear. Homosexuality is a tendency which can lead to action. Okay? As a tendency in itself, nobody can accuse you or blame you for being what you are. But what you do, your action, can be reprehensible to a country, a state, or whatever, because it goes against its norms or its laws or whatever type of thing. So there are two things that should not be mixed. I mean, if somebody wants to wear earrings or feels that this is what I am, fine, that's what you are. I can have issues with you. But if you say this is what I am, therefore I'm going to do something that a particular community or society I live in take objection to, that's what it's. In the case of the Christians or people of the Bible, that's where they say biblical, whatever, consider certain acts as sinful.
Should Ghana then go ahead to sign the anti-gay law?
Ghana is not all Christian. Ghana is not all Muslim. Ghana is a different whatever. So to say you adopt this to impose the viewpoint of, in this case, I speak as a Christian, on whatever would also not be fair. Okay? If the Christians in Ghana, the Muslims in Ghana, or whatever will come together and say this, we agree that this is a common thing, then we'll have something like that. But in the absence of that, we need to recognize the diversity of faiths and postures of beliefs that people have.
I see. So then, when the Catholic Bishops' Conference had a different position from that of the Pope, when
they didn't have no. So you're throwing two things together.
I'm putting two things together. Okay, shed some light on that.
No. So the Bishop of Ghana did not disagree with the Pope. What the bishops of Ghana were expressing is that a document is supposed to came from one office, okay, of the Vatican in charge of discipline of faith and all of that. And that office, that document suggested a possible blessing of gay couples, okay? That's when the bishops were saying, if you bless a couple, it's tantamount to recognizing their marriage. And if you recognize their marriage, then you're also recognizing their sexual relations and all of that. So you're basically condoning homosexuality. That was a protest. But, okay, and this is a big but. But, so the document that came from out there, the guy realized that it didn't do enough consultation and whatever type of thing about this document. And so began to do some more. And now they ended so the Pope was saying that he's for blessing of persons, not the blessing of couples. Okay, so you may be in relation with anybody, but if you came to me alone, asked to be blessed, I have no problem. I should not have a problem blessing you.
Right.
If you came as a couple, asked me to bless, then that blessing entails, okay, blessing a union. And a union of two as what? I know, again, for the sake of this interview, I know cases where two men live together without intending to marry. They say they live together for company. Okay, so they will not go and ask for marriage. I also know a married man who lives with a wife, both of them are married, and they say, we've decided not to have sex. So you have these variations. Therefore, I mean, if two men came and they say we're living together for company, because what becomes objectionable for the church and other faith is their sexual whatever type of thing.
Indeed.
That is where...
So Your Eminence, because you've spoken about this before, I want to create the opportunity for you to clarify a lot of things.
Okay.
You told the BBC that if this did not have a place, I mean, that was the argument that you made, there's an expression in Ghanaian languages like a kan, where men who act like women and women who act like men, indeed. And you argued that this was an indication that homosexuality was not an imposition from outside of our concept. And if culturally we hatch the expressions, it means that it's not completely alien.
The phenomenon is not completely alien. And indeed, that's the case. The phenomenon, as I express it, which is referred to traditionally as Beyin Besia. It's the way people are. And you cannot have a problem with that. Okay, so that phenomenon of Beyin Besia, I didn't coin that expression. It means in the society, people are seeing that this is a man, but he acts like a woman, or whatever type of thing. It's a phenomenon. People can display that phenomenon without any issue. So those, I'm saying, should not be criminalized. That's the other part of the argument of BBC. Should not be criminalized. You criminalize them for what? For just being what they are? You criminal only acts, things that people have done which you find reprehensible. If people like that, in the case of the law in Ghana, go and find another man or whatever type of thing, that's when the thing about the act can be found to be reprehensible and can face whatever.
But our law will criminalize
just being
not only
phenomenon.
the act, but also, if you dress
I'm not sure the law criminalizes people for being Besia, for just being Beyin Besia.
Oh, it does. It talks about people who cross-dress as well. Or you're Beyin Besia, or maybe put on a skirt or something.
And so such a person is put into prison.
It's criminalized, yes.
Oh, okay. So
you're surprised by that?
No. Yes, I'm surprised that because it's a phenomenon. I mean, who controls how one is born? And if one is born this way, why does it in itself constitute a crime? My criminality, crime is based on acts. Something that you are accountable, whatever. If there's no act that makes somebody, that an act irreprehensible, if that's what I am, I'm born.